Not long after my first son was born, he was given this. As you can probably guess, it's a toy version of a laptop with its own keyboard, monitor, and mouse. Fast forward 9 years and 2 more sons later, and this looks like a relic from a prehistoric era. And in terms of the technology my kids use, it kind of is. Our household is probably pretty typical for an FT reader. We have a desktop computer that our bigger kids use from time to time, and a smart TV, but the iPad and iPhone dominate. The touchscreen devices that allow our kids to use BBC's iPlayer, Netflix, and Spotify are all so intuitive that even our 3-year-old can navigate them. Kano is a computer designed for kids that comes in separate parts which can be put together like a piece of Lego.
What I think we tried to do with Kano was say, hey, make a computer, play around with technology, look inside the world that surrounds you and take control, tinker, and do it not just to get a job, not just for the sake of vocation, but more for the sake of creation, more for the sake of breathing yourself outward onto an increasingly exciting world. And I think the idea of making a computer with the simplicity of Lego was also a powerful one for us.
Once you've built the computer, you can then do some basic coding, building games like Minecraft. But is encouraging your kids to spend more time looking at a screen really a good idea?
I think we need to make a distinction between time spent on a screen consuming, flinging Angry Birds around, messaging, watching videos, and time spent on a screen creating, making artwork, telling stories, solving problems, using code to make a website, to make a game, to compete. I think what we have a responsibility to do as the older generation is to provide them a really simple, fun way to look below the screen, to figure out what's going on beneath the surface so that they can start taking control, so that they can start inventing things that our generation might never have dreamed of.
Schools are also employing more and more technology in the classroom. There's been a surge of companies looking to provide it, but the challenge is to do it in a way that resonates with kids.
We need to use technology because our young people are experiencing technology in every other aspect of their lives. Today, of course, with children with smartphones, it's more a question of making sure of the relevance of education to the way they live their lives, and therefore making sure that they are sufficiently interested in what is going on in the classroom, because actually they are operating in the way they're used to operating elsewhere.
The problem is that not all applications which claim to be educational are. Child development expert Jenny Radeski has studied how young children are affected by technology. While she accepts that children will use devices from time to time, she advises parents to be cautious.
I definitely see kids coming in at age 2 or 3 whose parents say, oh yeah, he watches, 8 hours of TV a day, but it's all educational TV, so that's okay, right? So he's learning from that. And we really wanted to stress that right now there's not a lot of evidence that under age 2 or 3 kids really are going to get as much from media as they will from playing and crawling and mouthing and jumping around.
Technology has become an essential part of our everyday lives, and that's great. But as every tech-savvy parent will tell you, getting the balance right is always a challenge. Fortunately, a lot of devices and technologies are emerging, which will help with that. And if you haven't discovered them yet, chances are your kids will know about them before you do. Ravi Mattu, Financial Times, London.
Ravi Mattu, Financial Times, London.